Welcome to Side Notes. We're out and about. We're at the third annual Canadian Urban Music Conference here in Toronto. Here with the hip-hop artist Goliath Paw.
That's right. How's it going?
Great. And what I want you to talk about, you're coming out of Ottawa. You talk about the hip-hop scene coming out of Ottawa.
All right, so originally I'm from Ottawa. I just moved to Toronto. I've been here for a year. But I've always been doing my thing in Ottawa. You know, you have to be able to take over that city before you move on to the next one. So the hip-hop scene in Ottawa is very connected. One of the main advantages of it, because it's very small, everybody will support each other within that industry. There's only a few venues to do shows at. So when you get that show, I mean, you got your openers, people will come to the shows to support you. Their fans will come and you'll end up getting new fans. One of the disadvantages of Ottawa is because it's so small, there's only so much room that you can grow with. There's not a lot of companies or people who want to build that industry to something like Toronto. So a lot of people will end up outgrowing Ottawa, such as myself, and come to Toronto to try to grow my career even bigger.
Your music is actually classified as the modern day Will Smith because it's very clean. Like you're saying, occasional innuendo. How does it feel to keep from that way of the music?
I love it. That's who I am. I don't like to curse. I don't like to be too overly sexual. I feel like people relate more when you can, throw in a little jab here or there and they say, oh, hey man, I got that. It makes them feel good about themselves. So, I mean, it's all about the punchlines and it sets me apart from your regular artists. So when you listen to my track, there's always a story. You're always gonna catch on to it and you're gonna be like, hey, I like this guy because it's different.
The founder of the Canadian Urban Music Conference, Eb and Carl Wolf and Socrates, they're all talking about one thing when I did an interview with them recently, talking about the glass ceiling here in Canada. What is your opinion?
So as an emerging artist, this is my third year as into the game. The way I see it from an artist's perspective is there is a glass ceiling. I'm right now coming into the industry and I'm seeing it from hearing it from all these guys, and I love how that they want to build an actual infrastructure here so that we don't have to go to the States. Because growing up listening to music, what you're subconsciously told is you have to go to the States, you got to go to New York, you got to go to Atlanta, wherever it's bumping, just so you can try to make it. But I feel like if we can create the industry here, then we won't have to do that. We got guys like Drake who already went over, made it big, and are bringing his companies and things here to help bolster the guys that are here. So.
One problem with Canada, like it's huge here in Toronto, at the epicenter of Canada, everything's happening here. You get to Montreal, it's huge too. You go over to Vancouver and you're starting to see the drop a bit, but the Prairie provinces almost drops off. In your opinion, as a Canadian artist, how can we as Canadians build it so it's equal all the way across in regards to the music industry?
So, just like I always said, the original point, how everyone's running across the border, I feel like if Toronto is already the center of entertainment for Canada, and we got the guys that are here, then let's try to build it up into Toronto, and then eventually be able to spread across. Because once people from the Atlantic coast and out west, once they see that, hey, Toronto's really buzzing and it's really building, then they'll start to, it gives them motivation to start building it up in their areas. And then we can send somebody out like me out west to go live there and build that community up, or send somebody out east. So we got to get the first seed planted, and then we'll be able to sprout different trees all over.
Website real quick.
Website, www.goliathpaw.ca. You can add me to Twitter, @GoliathPaw. Follow me on Instagram, my life in pictures, @GoliathPaw. And of course, we got over 10,000 Facebook fans, www.facebook.com/GoliathMusic.
What is one artist that you're watching, the modern day artists yourself that are also up and coming, really stands out in your mind in regards to music?
One artist that I've been following for a while, he goes by the name of Sunreal. He's from out west. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple years ago at one of the college shows. Great guy. I've been following his career from taking it from just starting up to now he's on TV. Now he's touring all over Canada and the United States. Just having somebody there that is reachable and attainable, and someone that you can follow because he's not too far out, but he's still doing his thing. And I have a lot of respect for him. Very clean, just as like my kind of music, and very popular. Just having someone like that to look up to and try to chase after, I think is amazing.
if you were to give any advice to up and coming artists, you've been in the game for a little while. One thing that you really got to warn them to watch out for.
One thing I would tell artists, first of all, be yourself and trust in yourself. There's a lot of people and a lot of companies in this game that at all levels, doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're at the very top, who want to take advantage of artists. Not to say that they're going to screw you over, but at the same time, they have their interests in mind. So what you want to do is you want to go online, you want to research who you're messing with. You want to know the game, and that's what we did. We got to know the game, which is why I got to where I am now. You want to educate yourself. Education is very important, whatever industry that you're going to be in. And that's what I got to say. Educate yourself and believe in yourself, because only you are the one that's going to take you to the top.
Thank you so much for your time. Great words you shared.
Appreciate it. It was a pleasure. Like I said, you guys can check me out at goliathpaw.com, and I'd love to come back and do another interview, get more in depth with the community and just the other issues I know that you're really involved with the veterans and things. But it was a lovely time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.